Alright, here we are. Figured we'd just jump right on into it. And basically, guys, it is time for the next match. It is going to be Solar versus Cure. Let me just pull up the specifics on this one after doing the introductions. But first, here they are, spawning down the bottom left-hand side of the map. It is TS Gaming Solar. And up in the top right-hand side of the map, it is Junior Greenwing's Cure. And we'll see how this game is going to go. We'll see how this series is going to go. Cure is a monster Terran. And as a matter of fact, we've just cast him in the one match, or no, we've cast him twice. So Cure, he managed to beat TY, and then he fell to Hurricane, but everyone's falling to Hurricane today. So it's really up in the air as far as who's going to advance. As far as this match goes, this is a pretty darn important one. Cure having his score 2-1 as opposed to 1-2 would really shoe him in, because even a 2-2 finish at this point, and I think he's in. Or you're pretty sure of being in. But, yeah. The only person who's really locked in at this point, I believe, is Hurricane. Most likely Solar, too. But this is Solar's final match. Alright, that overlord stops moving, so I better have a look around. A lot of observing today, guys. It's been a long one. Definitely an experiment with these groups. And they are long. Tomorrow won't be as bad, though, because Falcon Paladin will be here. So I won't be casting alone. Reaper now going to be moving across the map. Here, not pulling a TY. Following that up with the Marine just to be safe. Reaper comes on in though, working away on Solar's Lings. Hasn't managed to kill one. The dance is going down, the Reaper. Not able to make a lot happen though. Oh, does he get a drone? Oh, he actually does, so a pretty big miss micro there from Solar. Very nice move for Cure. Cure following this up with a fast third command center. Showing a lot of respect here to his opponent, just not panicking or anything, and showing that he is cool and will play a longer game still. Cure, it's been a while since he played a match, so he's probably rather refreshed after having a lot of downtime. Solar, on the other hand, this is his final match, so he's played a little bit more so far, whereas Cure has one more after this, I want to say. Reaper coming on back towards the natural. Reaper and Hellions driving along. Liberator getting set up. Picks off a Creep Tumor. Very nice start for Cure. Of course, another one gets planted right away, but what can you do about that? Solar might lose himself a drone or two here. Tries to save it, doesn't manage to do so, so loses 2 drones, might get the Hellions as compensation, and it looks like he certainly will. Here, not able to get anything else done, so in the end he trades 2 Hellions and a Reaper for 2 drones. So a bit of a rough start there as far as the Hellions go. Meanwhile, Marines are being produced. This is a 3cc play, so very standard follow-up for Cure, just relying on the Hellions mainly for safety. Not the Marine here to start working away, or the Marines here to start working away in this Overlord. And Solar can probably assume that this is a third base play, so he'll probably drone up a fair bit from here on out. I wouldn't be surprised to say that if he just starts up like around like 12 drones or something in a second here, as soon as he can afford it. start running him out. He's got to be careful of the 4 Hellions, however. He's got 15 Lings, he's got the Queens. He should be safe from this. It's actually 6 Hellions, pardon me, as Kier made a few more after losing those 2. Kier comes on in, fries up 1 drone, has to get on out of there. Liberator comes on in, picks off 2 drones. Or 1 drone, maybe. Either way, it was a group effort here, and Kier still just hanging around so far. Not looking to get anything done super easily. Burns a scan, but the Queens are there to shoo away the Hellions, so not getting any of that creep, that definitely hurts as a Terran player. Those scans are really expensive. These Hellions that are looking to try and dive on in. Solar runs the drones out of position, though, due to that 1 Liberator. A bit of a misclick there, and now Hellions are getting into his main base. This could very, very hurt as the Zerg player, or hurt a lot as the Zerg player. And here we see the Link trying to get on top of the Hellions, but they've got themselves a good angle. So far, though, Solar does get him surrounded. Nicely done. Able to clean that up despite it looking a little bit dicey there for a second. Not losing a ton of drones. Kier trades on out. Nothing super crazy going on down there. In the end, it's really just trades across all fronts. I mean, 9 drones went down in total. A few Lings here and there. Looks like some Lings getting into the natural, but they get cleaned on up, as Kier's going to want to get this wall. Get it going. And then he's going to have Stim and Medivacs out soon, so this will enter the drop phase of the game. This is a phase that everything goes so quick these days in StarCraft 2. Like, just as someone who watches it and casts it, it's just like, okay, this game, and then it's just like, talking about these individual phases, this is going to be the drop phase for Kier. He's going to move out with these Marines and Medivacs. He's going to try and get what he can done. He's got to be very careful to respect any potential counterattacks from Solar, which could be coming his way. Kier steps forward. He's going to start sniping off a couple of creep troopers, getting these. It's a very nice start. You got to try and keep that down. Look at that. Solar already planting a few landing. Kier narrowly avoids disaster there after eating a Baneling. I think he lost 1 Marine there in that drop. Look at all those red Marines. They got to get healed up now. 1-1 will be done relatively soon for both players. Kier will have a slight timing. Nothing major, though. And now Stim on the way. Or Stim finished. Pardon me. And then Kier, he's going to have an armory finished up, so he's going to be able to keep rolling these upgrades. Marines moving south. Going to be going for more drops. This phase continuing on as Kier, he's just going to be poking all over, trying to get whatever he can done. He's going to have 1-1. He's going to have combat shield now, so the drops will have a little bit more bite for them. In the end, though, probably just looking to clean up to the creep. Anything else really is a bonus as long as you keep your units alive, and he does so far, getting out of there. Look at that, Kier. He eats 1 Baneling and then evacuates. Talk about cutting it close. He's now going to try and boost on in towards the main base of the Zerg, it would seem. Solar has got to react to this. He's got Lings just outside of his natural, so he should be fine. Kier's unloading now. Gonna maybe nab up an overload. Looks like he gets that. Marines doing everything they can. They're gonna have to be careful not to run into those Queens, or maybe just unload on top of the Queens. That can work. While this is going on, though, Kier, he's getting up a 4th base. He's getting up an extra factory, so he's going to be able to keep that production going. Reactors, so he's going to be making a lot of Widow Mines off the back of 4 bases. He's going to be looking to take this game later, showing a lot of respect. This isn't what TY did. TY just went for the standard Terran 3 base, pretty much push and die. Being cleaning up. Nice drop from Kier. Very good trades. Kier's being a madman with these drops. He's just going to be cleaning up more and more of this creep right now. Link is getting us around. Those Marines got to get evacuated there, and they do. For now, though, he's just pushing all over. Solar's creep on the front is going strong, but here it has been dropping all over still. Solar, though, returning the favor a little bit with his own Link drop. Nicely done. Here, dropping more. Oh, bad engagement there. Eats some nasty Baneling hits. And we're probably going to be leaving the drop part of the game. At this point, it really is just diminishing returns for the Terran. As I say that, he finds a very nice position in the Zerg main. He's going to be able to identify that there's a high speed fire on the way. Trade out versus these Lings. In the end, just trading out versus Lings, though, so not getting a ton done. And now we'll see. Where's Kier going to take this? Because this is a Zerg who is going to be heading into Ultralisks. He's going to have up a Spire. And Kier, what does he really have? He's got Mines, he's got Marines. Other than that, not a whole heck of a lot. You got to be very, very careful as the Zerg in this position. Supply is very equal, though. Kier cleaned up creep on the front. It's like a Baneling drop going to be getting attempted here by Solar. A Ling counterattack getting attempted. And this game is going later. Kier's going into Ghost. We could have ourselves a very, very late TvZ here. As Kier is just looking to get more drops off. Widowmine drops are a very nice touch here for Zerg. That's 13 drones, that's no small amount. One last mine is in position here, or in the medivac. We'll see what it's able to connect with. 21 drones get fired up by Solar. That is an absurd amount, though. Actually, maybe even a little too much. He's going to cut into his overall army. This drone, though, picks off more, so Solar firing up that many definitely was a good idea. And now he's getting up ultras, so his army is headed into that late game stage. Baneling drops go off there, but Kier keeps his SCVs alive. He's getting up more and more CCs, so he's playing a very, very respectful late game right now. And just sitting back, this is the kind of Terran play that you want to see. And it's the one that says, okay, I'm adapting to the new meta, I'm seeing where shortcomings are, and I'm going to try and address them here by playing this late game. Of course, it's still very, very tough to make happen versus Zerg, but guys, Kier, he practices with Rogue, he practices with Maru. As far as TvZ goes, he's going to have experience in this kind of situation. Lots of command centers getting on up here for Kier. He's getting up ghosts, nukes, 3-3 on the way. So this is going to be a long one. Buckle up, everyone. 6 command centers on the way at a time, so Kier is absolutely absurd. Ling's getting picked off. Overall, both players have built up a large bank, so we are heading into this very, very late game. This could be an guys. This is a long one. There's no mistake about it. Players don't generally just die at this point in the game. Kier has been very patient and respectful. As a result, he's going to start trying to will down Solar. Continuing on with the drops is very important. Got to respect those Banelings, though. Oh, doesn't manage to pay attention there. Takes a bit of a beating. Now Solar's coming on in. He's looking to hurt Kier a little bit. A ton of Banelings going to be crashed into the Planetary. The Ultralisk is going to go down. Some SCVs go down, and so does the Planetary. Probably just a trade out on all fronts, really. And now a lot more bases up for Kier. We take a look at the resources lost. He is ahead in that. That is a very important part of Terran versus Zerg. We've even got these ghosts out now, so we'll see if he's just going to start pushing into Solar, or whether he's just going to play the passive game. You generally want to play the passive game, just hit all over, no actual direct confrontation. If you're a Terran, you're afraid of direct confrontation. You just sort of sneak around, pick off a base like Kier just did, run away. Solar, as a good way to combat this, you can start throwing up a lot of static defense. That's a very good idea. Start taking bases left and right because you've got the bank. And you don't want to be in a situation in which you could have mined off a base, but you didn't. A minefield getting cleaned on out by the Zerg player. Meanwhile, Kier going for more and more drops right now. Kier securing his 5th base. He's got ghosts. He's got a nuke ready. Is he going to launch it? Okay, there's the nuke. A ghost managed to sneak on in here. You generally just pick a spot, pardon me, getting tongue-tied at this stage, in which you hope the Zerg isn't paying attention. That ghost not even going to get that nuke off. A nuke alone as the only move from a Terran is generally dealt with easily by the Zerg, but a Terran player, that is, say, hitting the Zerg all over, that's where they make mistakes. That's where the nukes really start whittling down the Zerg. We now see Kier stepping forward, going to be looking to pick off some creep. Very important. Solar has done a fantastic job replacing this all over the map. So far, though, Kier just playing a fantastic match. That being said, this style doesn't look efficient until it really starts working. It doesn't look like you're doing the right thing until you start whittling down the Zergs, because we have seen Terrans throw themselves at late game Zergs before and just fall flat on their face, whereas now we're going to be seeing Cure. He's trying this style, and eventually it just starts getting nice returns for the Terran. Eventually, some of them go a little bit, say, too nuke happy. Here he's going to be giving it his all. Trying to be so careful with these ghosts because they can just get picked off. There goes one of them. The nukes get called on in, but they're not going to get off, and that's expensive losses right there. That is a lot of resources lost. As this is going on here, the nukes, the distraction, the Marine's going to be unloading. You're possibly going to get a base. It could be an expensive loss too if they don't get the base and don't get out of there. Meanwhile, a nuke being called in on the third base location, just more and more of them going down. But so far, Solar doing a fantastic job dealing with those ghosts. Banelings just roll on in, connect with them. And okay. Corruptor's coming on in now for Solar. Just seeing that this base is pretty exposed. Kier's going to have to do something about that. Maybe get some snipes off. Can he snipe off the Viper? That'd be nice. Settles for a Corruptor for a bit of energy. A very great trade. Meanwhile, Kier just continuing on with the drops. Gotta keep denying these Zerg bases. He's doing as much as he can. Isn't enough though to keep this Zerg player hit. Marines get cleaned on up. Medivacs are just gonna boost on him and suicide, I guess. And here we see Marines and Marauders gonna end up retreating over that Widow minefield, but doesn't seem to do too well. Solar very good at baiting out those mines. And a fantastic Terran versus Zerg. How many nukes have we seen Kier launch? How many ghosts has he sent out that have achieved absolutely nothing? And while this is going on, Solar is just replacing his creep left, right, and center. Kier is pushing into the center now, but gotta be careful. Gonna have to lift up and get those units out of there. Boosting away. Solar might just say enough is enough as he moves on in. The nuke's being called on in. Solar, does he spot this? Of course he does. He's done fantastic so far. And that ghost, it just cancels and moves somewhere else, but he's spotted. He's going down. Kier's been throwing away a lot of resources here in attempted nukes that haven't gone off. Another nuke being called on in there in the center. This nuke ghost is committing suicide via nuke. A very expensive way to do it is Kier, is he's just going to try and hope that Solar would step forward, but look at this. This ghost is going to die, right? Yeah, he just nuked himself. Okie dokie. You don't want to be doing that as Kier. This is an important match. A lot more starports going up for Kier. A Nidus on the way for Solar. This is a late game here. We are committed now. I've accepted my fate. Casting this long TvZ. But let's see. I mean, Kier, he does have to play this late game style. Like I am a little concerned, guys, that we have had TvZs go on for like over an hour playing this style. And I mean, I'm gonna love the game, but I'm not gonna love being up till 2 a.m. However, this is a fantastic match here going on between these guys. Corruptors come on in. Kier needs to secure more bases. Part of the thing that makes this Terran style really work is that the Terran manages to bully the Zerg and take extra bases. Otherwise, this style can just flounder versus a Zerg who is all over the place. It's like an attempted Nidusing going down here, but that is not going to get off. So nicely done from Kier, shutting that down. Another Nidus being attempted though on the bottom side. Solar going to be setting up all over the place. And look at this. Solar is currently the player that is preventing the Terran from taking bases when it needs. When you're playing out this style, when we've seen Terrans do this successfully, it's got to be the Terran that's preventing the Zerg from taking bases. Otherwise, we're just sitting back and probably taking a beating as the Terran. Look at that. Solar is just playing so well this game. His ZVP is looking on point. Another Nidus going up. Another Nidus going down. Looks like the Zerg player attacking on in here. A lot of Banelings rolling forward. The Liberators doing everything they can. The Ghosts are actually going to be hit by those Banelings, and they're all going to go down. That is a fantastic engagement for Solar getting on top of this. The Vikings are coming forward to start working away on these Corruptors. Kira has been investing in these, but still not a great trade for him, I feel. I mean, it was an okay trade. And so far, resources lost, which is a very important number, is alright for Kira. He's not lagging behind yet, but it is generally slowly inching towards the favor of Solar, and that's where it just falls to pieces as a Terran. You gotta take more bases than the Zerg. And Solar, he's taken all of his bases at this point, whereas Kira has not. Kira calling in a nuke. Gonna try and bait this Zerg player forward, but oh, never mind. That was probably gonna be a dead ghost. Not so much the case anymore. That nuke is gonna connect. That'll be a decent nuke, maybe. Oh my gosh! Oh, that is a lot of dead lings. That Ultra tanked the nuke. His Ling friends did not. How many kills did that ghost get? Where's the hero? 33 kills there. Oh, friendly fire. What am I going off though? 4 mines going off. Look at this. The main thing about how well Solar's playing is that he is just splitting off his units versus things like Widow Mines. Little things like that that pay you dividends in the long run. Oh, the Liberator is going to be working away here. Nida's getting played on up. Might need to see like a Liberator going to harass the north here or something, because so far Kira just hasn't been multitasking enough to pull Solar apart. Gets a nice trade there, I believe. Now though, take a look at what Solar's cooking up. He's cooking up 12 Broodlords, 15 Corruptors, and another Viper. And once that's done, that's where it's going to become very concerning for Kira. As what does he have to really stand up versus this army? The Broodlords, they're very good units for the Zerg if they get an engagement, and I feel like Kira isn't doing enough to prevent them from being able to get an engagement. He's really just sitting around going for, say, 1 or 2 drops at a time, and as bad as it sounds, you gotta be hitting the Zerg everywhere to make this style work, so I'm a little concerned that Solar is just gonna roll forward with his newly made Broodlords and just absolutely demolish Kira. He's got Infestors with this, he's got Broodlords. And there's going to be not much to stop these, I feel. Looks like Kira is going to be trading a base for a base here. I feel that is going to favor the Zerg player, though. He's already been doing well with taking all of his bases. And now he's just got this main push. Liberators, the planetary, mines, and everything are doing the best that they can. Meanwhile, the Vikings and Ghosts are coming on in. However, the Viper is here. Should be maybe getting some ducks off. Okay, Kira's doing good here. He is holding on to this base. You really got to give that to him. And resources lost-wise, he is doing well trading out versus Solar at this point. We take a look at what's happened in recent times. He's ahead by about 9,000. So Kira starting to pull Solar apart. Solar, before he made the Broodlords, he really was doing fine, but now he's got this slow unit. He actually is taking a bit of damage all over the place now. And he really has to not let this continue happening. I don't know, maybe section a few Infestors up north or something. But these Marauders, they're still pushing forward. They're going to be getting the base. Solar, who seems to be just not letting Kira have his way. It's kind of letting him have his way now. These Marauders just trading out endlessly versus the stream of lings that Solar is going for. Medivac's keeping them alive for days. They will eventually get cleaned up. On this front, a nuke going down. Nuke's a very powerful zoning tool. Oh, looks like Solar is going to try and pick off that ghost, but he decides to retreat. Oh, that nuke's going to go off. That might hit some. Kills a Broodlord before it could finish. These 2 Marauders are actually going to kill off this hatchery. So they're putting in the hours. Vikings have taken a bit of damage. Bundle Blitz or Parasitic Bomb. So far, though, in the head-on engagement, which you generally say would favor the Zerg, Kira's been doing well using that nuke to zone. We haven't seen many abducts. Maybe that's what Solar needs, a few more Vipers or something like that. But look at this. Okay, Kira's doing work now. Solar isn't... Okay, he has taken this base down here, but if Kira can, say, take this base, mine this out, and then set his sights on this base, that's where he can end up with an extra base like Kira Lane with this situation. That nuke doesn't get off. That was cutting it close. So far, we do see Solar is pushing forward. He's got these Infestors. Got the Corruptors. They're going to be moving forward right now. Start annihilating these Liberators. Start engaging the Vikings. Snipes are going down on the Corruptors, though. We are seeing Fungal walk down a ton of the Vikings. We got to see one or two more going down for Solar, and we do. So a lot of Vikings are dying right now. Looks like that engagement is going to be favoring the Zerg player right now. His Corruptors went out. Here's Air Army has faltered right now, and we see another 20 Corruptors on the way for Solar. A nuke is being called on, and Solar going to target down that Ghost, though, and he is going to be able to break this base, it would seem. More Broodlords morphing in, more Corruptors on the way for Solar. He knows where he has Cure right now, and that is in a great spot. Cure's bank is just dropping as he endlessly repairs this planetary fortress. He is getting counter damage done, though. This is where Terran sometimes exceeds with the bio at this point. Solar will hold on at this point now. Now let's see, where does Solar take this? Does he keep on pushing? A nuke is being called on in here. There's got to be very respectful of this. Overseers are going to spot this. Solar's got to right-click on that. Can't eat the nuke. If he eats the nuke, that is lights out. Solar, oh my god, is he going to take the nuke? He backs off all the Broodlords. They all get hit. Not a massive connection, but it did a lot of damage to the Zerg's Broodlords there. So far, Cure playing a fantastic Terran versus Zerg. Another squad of bio moving up north. Cure looking to abuse the mobility of the Zerg, or the immobility of the Zerg, as there's just not a lot on the ground that can actually deal with this much bio. Like, he's gonna have to send some Infestors north or something. As this bio is moving on in, Solar doesn't have a lot to defend this right now. This is a ton of bio, so this could actually get a lot of work done. Here is bringing this game back just with these little bio drops. The Zerg, they almost hack into... Yeah, look at that. Great split from here so far. Nullifies his Phoenix, but yeah, it's like the Zerg, they hack into Broodlords and then they almost cut off one of their hands. Okay, it's basically that they, like, cut off one of their hands, but then they get, like, the Infinity Gauntlet for their other. That's the analogy right there. And Solar, yeah, he's just taking damage to all his counterattacks. And look at this. He mind unlocked this base, yes, but this base is something that he needs. Otherwise, he could fall into that classic Zerg position in which you do let the Terran just deny your mining for too long, get too much damage done. I was coming on in still. There's been a bit of a break in this game. However, it is still going on. Ghost gets picked off, and the Testers are wandering forward. These Broodlords are pushing forward. Solar is pushing into here. He's got the Infestors, he's got the Corruptors. Trying to break this position is a little bit risky as a Zerg, but Solar does have one heck of an army, and he wants to take the fight now. He's got 160 army supply. He knocks down that planetary. And so far, it looks like Cure having a tough time dealing with this. He's got a ton of Vikings, but he's got 22 Vikings. However, he's going to need a great spread on them to avoid all the fungal growth. And if he can't spread them adequately, then he can deal with this army. Just really needs the EMPs on this. If he can land the EMPs, he can take this, I think. 22 Vikings versus 24 Corruptors. It is all going to be about those EMPs. Sure, he didn't do any ghosts up to go for EMPs on this army, really, though. So fungal growths are connected with this, and Solar is going to be able to break forward. Snipes are going to be able to go down from the ghosts, but they're not getting a lot done as there's just so many Broodlords on the ground, and I think Solar might have been able to break Cure right now. Cure dragged this game out long, but in the end, he wasn't able to deal with this Zerg force. Resources loss-wise, Cure is behind at this point, and he just, well, he's had a bank that's quickly disappearing right now. He's producing everything that he can. 11 Vikings at a time is an absurd amount, but Solar still has a good number of Corruptors. He's still got a good number of Infestors, and it looks like that after 30 minutes, Solar is going to take this game. I think it's safe to say at this point. Yeah, this is just looking very good for Solar. He's picking off these Vikings as they pop out here. He's been checkmated. And yeah, this is a dead Terran right here. Hands off the mouse. This is all we need to see. GG gets called. Cure taps out. Solar takes game number 1. Okay. We will get on into the next one as soon as we can. But what a crazy long game between those two. GG. Very well played. As Cure tried to take the game late, but he just wasn't doing enough to make that late game TvZ happen. And I feel like this game, Cure is going to 2-Rex. I feel like after a game that long, it's either gonna be a 2-Rex or a Hellbat push. I'm calling it here, guys. But we'll get on into that next game. Thanks so much to everyone for tuning on in. I really appreciate it. This is gonna be a late one, but away it goes. And yeah, it's good to see so many of you guys are tuning in. Makes it worth it. If it was like 10 people watching and not around 400, I'd just turn off the stream and go to bed. But seeing as how we've got great games, great fans here, we will get on into the next one. Alright, here we are. It's a best of 3. He took the first game, he had to work hard for it. It's Solar. And up in the top left-hand side of the map, it's Cure. No 2-Rex. What do you do though, honestly? Like I throw out the 2-Rex and Hellbat suggestions versus Solar, but that's not just like a joke. It's like, what do you do versus Solar? Because Cure's capability of playing that late game, it's not there. It's not up to the degree that you need to beat Solar, who's playing well right now. Solar's PvZ, he fell to Hurricane, but his PvZ was looking good, so. Okay, as far as this game goes, standard, standard, standard. Overlord moving across the map. Okay, Reaper crossing the map now. And as far as the builds go, nothing out of the ordinary. Oh, the Reaper does get in, able to delay that third base, almost kills the drone. Reaper comes on in, working away on those lings. And Cure, once again, he does it. He throws up that third command center. Guys, he can't do it again. He can't do this to us. It's 11 o'clock already. Got another 2 series after this, and I mean... Oh well. I don't mind. I'm just concerned that my neighbors will mind. Alright, Reaper just hanging out for now. Starport on the way here. And let's see, yeah, it's a 3cc play, so no aggression really needs to be coming out of these guys just yet. Solar getting up a lair at the 30 drone mark, which is noteworthy, I guess. And the fact that there's nothing else up yet, I mean, it could be a quick muta, but this could very well be a Nidus play. I want to say that it very well could be. Meanwhile, Kira, interestingly enough, making a Marauder, and then Hellions and a Viking. Is this going to be like one of those Hellbat, Marauder, Viking weird pushes? I feel as if they're not terrible, but on the back of a third base, I don't really know. Okay, yeah, it is going to be a Medivac, so probably a Medivac to unload the Marauders. No concussive shell has been started just yet, though, so very, very odd opening coming out of here. Solar does throw up that Nidus. Go bigger, go home, he says. We see no Roach Warren, so it is going to be the Ling variant of this Nidus, and the fact that there's an Armory on the way, this could actually be fantastic for Cure, because if there's anything that really shuts down Lings, it is Hellbats. It's the classic alien movie, flamethrowering the alien sort of situation, and we'll see if Solar is able to make this happen, because he's moving in with this Overlord now. It hasn't been spotted, it hasn't been shut down. There's a Viking out, but it's going across the map. It was not concerned about this potential Nidus call-in, and here goes in Lings. They're going to get on it towards the natural base of Cure, and this is going to be disastrous for the Terran. He's got to run his units. He's actually going to be pulling everything home right now. So best case scenario, Solar is defending himself via aggression. He's got this Nidus going up in the main base. That being said, Cure, he does have up these 3 CCs. He can afford to take losses, and he does have all these Hellbats, or what should be Hellbats in the second tier, to deal with it. There we go, Hellbats are being morphed now. SCVs are starting to fall. Solar throwing up creep, even throwing up a Spine Crawler with this. That is an interesting take on this. And now we'll see, what else is he going to do here? Queen's just getting set on up, working away on this command center. They're really just buying time, setting up creep into his opponent's base. Ling's going to get us around on those few Hellbats. Medivac almost gets picked off, doesn't quite though. So far, Cure is hanging on. Queens have a lot of energy for transfuse, so that Spine Crawler is even going to be done here soon. Lings get us around on the Viking, which is going to definitely help out, as opposed to fighting those Hellbats. And now a Spine Crawler is actually in the mix this year, so that can move forward, and that can actually help out. Solar took the time to build a Spine Crawler. That's going to be getting worked on. Needs to be transfused if it's going to stay alive. Solar dumps a ton into it, and the Queens and the Spine Crawler getting set up. I think Solar might have been able to do enough damage. Or Cure is on 3 CCs, so if he holds on, I mean, you're never dead when you've got 3 CCs, you believe in the mule, but no, he is dead, it would look like at this point. There's too many Lings, the Hellbats weren't able to stand up to them, and with all the Queens, yeah, Cure is just dead. GG gets called. Solar is winning his final series 2-0.